Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we have, hey yo man, we got we got some responses, man. We got Snoop responding to Kendrick Lamar, we got Wayne responding to Kendrick Lamar, we got Nas responding to Kendrick Lamar, we got Andrew Schultz responding to Kendrick Lamar. We got a couple people on deck, all right? We also have, we got Boosie with the fakes and WAT 100 on deck. Again, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. Hey, yo, if this is your first time to the channel, man, be sure to hit that like button if you feel any part of the content. We definitely appreciate that, all right? That notification bell's waiting for your tap, so go on, give it a tap. And that subscribe button's waiting for your subscription, man, so go on, touch that to you. Check this out. Yesterday, we told you that Kendrick Lamar dropped a surprise album, all right? Damn near no promo, no nothing, okay? Most artists seem to be concerned about streaming numbers and whatnot, but with Kendrick, if you look in the sky right now, the number of cars you see up in that sky, that's the number of cuffs Kendrick seems to give about all them traditional concerns like streaming numbers and whatnot. You follow what I'm saying, man? All the things that your average artist is concerned about. Like he seems to be really concerned about the art form of hip hop and like what it is, okay? And then the joint always seems to blow up for him. See, to me, it's the Vegeta effect. All right, if you're Chase being the Super Saiyan, you don't become a Super Saiyan. You know what I mean? Just do what you love, how you love to do it, and everything will work itself out for the most part. Now, the first song on the album, right, is called Whacked Out Murals, okay? Consider this. There was, hopefully Source got the picture up of the mural, right? There was a mural of Kendrick Lamar in Compton, okay? On the outside of the Misa Boy restaurant, right? Hopefully the picture's up. The mural was vandalized, okay? And one of the acronyms was the initials for October's very own, OVO. You understand what I'm saying? Now, in the song Whacked Out Murals, Kendrick mentioned that he believes his hard work let Lil Wayne down when he was selected to do the Super Bowl over Wayne. This is what he said. He has said in the lyrics, he said, "Used to bump the Carter 3, I held my rollie chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever though, call me crazy, everybody questionable. Turn me to an Eskimo. I drew the line and the decimals." You know, like division. I thought that was relatively clever, okay? Then Kendrick said, Snoop posted Tailor Made. I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it. It was always right for me to let it go. Okay. Now the legend Snoop, right, has entered the chat. Okay. He heard the clap and he responded by saying, K Dot's new album. He said, man, K Dot's new album, GNX, right? With the fire emojis. Yeah, K Dot's new album is fire. And then he added microphone. Then he added, he was like, it was the edibles. There you have it. You know what I'm saying? Snoop was on dope when he posted Drake's Tailor Made, all right? But look, I thought he posted that out of shock. Like he's like, when I did this. That's what I thought. When he posted Tailor Made, I didn't think he was saying it was hot or anything like that. I thought he was essentially like, man, when I did this, man, did I do this? You know what I mean? And why it sound like Dre wrote my lyrics? You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't know about this one right here. Okay? Look, when I wrote this. It was the day you was eating them things, remember? Remember how you was going ham on them Eddies? Look, we told you to slow it down. It had to be the day. No, Snoop, it wasn't that day. I don't think it was the day. Snoop, it wasn't that day. You know why it wasn't that day? Because you didn't write that, Snoop. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It wasn't you. It was AI. Now, you know who else responded to Kendrick Lamar? Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Look, Weezy F Baby entered the chat. And the F is for Cuff I Do. You know what I mean? Weezy posted this. He said, this is what he posted concerning Kendrick Lamar's situation. He said, man, what the cuff I do? I just be chilling. He said, man, I can't replicate his voice. Man, what the cuff I do? I just be chilling and they still come for my head. He said, let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction. Not even me. But I shall destroy if disturbed. On me, love. Close quote. That's right. Weezy, I think he was just saying with everybody crying, you know what I mean, talking about how it should have been you doing the Super Cup Bowl thing. He kind of expected you to be on some congrats type vibes. Instead, you mentioned how hurt you was that it wasn't you. And there's no law that says that you have to say congratulations. But it does, like it does feel some type of way when folks are celebrating your win and you look over at one of your peoples in the corner and they look mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I think Kendrick was like, whatever though, call me crazy, everybody's questionable. You know what I mean? He ain't say everybody but me. He said everybody questionable. And for me, that coincides with the scripture that says the heart is deceitful and desperately diseased. You know what I mean? Who could know it? Which tells me you can't really trust anybody like that. You know what I mean? Everyone can be unreliable at times. It's great when you find somebody that's consistent, but you should always leave room for the predictable nature of a self-serving, self-gratifying heart. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, man? All of us are plagued with it. Please don't misunderstand, okay? Which is why the verse in Jeremiah 17 says, the heart is deceitful above all and desperately sick. I usually just translate the word as diseased, because that's what it is. If it's desperately sick or decayed, that means it's diseased, bro. Look, I know you think it's wicked, but the more accurate translation is diseased or sick. Speaking of deceitful, though, Boosie has stated, he has admitted to wearing fake jewelry. That's right. Boosie wears fake jewelry. Take a listen to what the man had to say about his jewelry.
I ain't got my earrings in a day. I got real earrings. I wear fake earrings too, though. I only wear my real earrings when I go to the game or something like that, or to something big. I got a pair of $100,000 earrings. Studs. I got them free though. Brought somebody who spent a lot of money with my jeweler, so I get compensated. Give me them earrings, $100,000.
You see that, man? You ain't the only one, man. It's an image, man. See, a lot of artists wear jewelry to look rich. You know what I'm saying? Now he says he wears the real stuff at the games, but I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? I'd get that to myself. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how hungry people are. You know what I mean? But really, the bigger issue though, real talk, why do people want to look rich to begin with? You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of people want to project an image of wealth. You follow what I'm saying? So they could get, social recognition or respect or to look successful. But you got to consider, who you doing all that for? Who you trying to do that for? You know what I'm saying? To who? Who you want to look successful to? Okay? Who do you need this recognition from? That's my whole thing. Who you need it from? Okay? You look. The respect and recognition that you get from people that only think you're important because you have money. Look, what if you sold out for that money? Or you sold your soul for that money. You know what I mean? Look, you'll get the recognition, but it's from people that don't mind and even agree with you that it's okay to sell out for money. You follow what I'm saying, man? That's the worst kind of people, man. You know what I mean? But then you look in the mirror and ultimately may not respect yourself. A lot of people want to look rich to boost their self-esteem, to compensate for feelings of inadequacy. You know what I mean? I don't even want to work with someone that only respects me because I look like I got money. You follow me? Money draws the most disgusting types of people towards you. I'm telling you, okay? That's the craziest part. So don't wear yourself out trying to be rich, trying to look rich. Don't wear yourself out trying to do that. Because always remember, there's always someone richer than you anyway. You know what I mean? And if wealth and money is what pulls people to you, I mean, the minute you lose it, you realize they never really was interested in you. They was just only interested in the money. You know what I'm saying? This is why I say it pulls the worst kind of people to you, man. You know what I mean? Consider this. Take a listen to this interesting video that I bumped into on Suge Knight's master plan, right? To help out artists, right? Take a listen to this joint real quick.
Suge Knight was trying to meet up with Dame Dash, Irv Gotti, Jay Prince. They was trying to get a distribution company.
It wasn't a distribution.
It was a union. Honestly, it was all Suge's idea.
It was all his plan, and it was a hell of a plan, man. He was like, yo, we get all the artists together. And he wasn't just talking about hip-hop, every artist in general. And he was like, okay, say you got $1 million budget.
So instead of $1 million, you'd have $1.1 million with 100,000 going to the union.
Now, this will all get recouped back to the artist. It'll go towards an annuity. It'll go towards a retirement fund.
And it was easy metrics because instead of you recouping $1 million, you recoup $1.1 million.
Someone left that meeting talking about our move. Unfortunately, the feds hit all of us at the same time, which I don't think was a coincidence.
Jay went and told. He went and told. He blew the spot up. Feds came in and started hitting niggas with cases because they all said, yo, we gonna put our money together. Now think about it now, how everybody get robbed off the streaming.
You see that, man? Now, I don't know if Jay-Z is the one that did what Choke said he did. I mean, Choke said he did it, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, I'm not saying Choke is lying either. I don't know because I wasn't there, right? But whoever did that, right, and went and told, think about what that person who told did in contrast for what Suge was trying to do. You follow what I'm saying, man? All the people that would benefit from artists having a union, and now the lopsided effect of no artist benefiting from that idea. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, money bring out the worst in people, man. There's still a lot of people out there, though, that could pool their resources together and really pull something like that off. But I'm just saying, like, that's why I think like money brings about and it draws the worst kind of people to you, and it draws out the worst part of people. You ever watch The Lord of the Rings? You ever see Gollum and how his eyes go crazy when he got close to the ring? Anyway, look. Watt 100 has stated that Gunna is on record for telling. Take a listen.
Hey Gunna, listen. I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah. Guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about. 2 hours. Interrogation room.
You're like, damn, brother, still be crying about snitching? Yeah, man, they still be talking about snitching, man. Look, as long as they do crime together, that is part of the game, okay? For every look, here's what I personally believe. I believe, man, for every violent crime committed, there should be a snitch. Real talk. For every violent crime, there should be a snitch. I pray that all who commit violent crimes and those that poison people, they get snitched on. You're like, oh, you wrong for that. You don't know. Be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about, okay? So look, it's so that you don't do crime anymore and you become a better person as a result, okay? Because you shouldn't be actively harming people and then getting away with it, man. You're like, I don't know about that. That's because you're not smart and you don't even know it. That's the worst part about it. They never know. They think they be smart. They don't know, okay? People that harm people for their own selfish and nefarious purposes should be able to enjoy the freedoms that people that don't commit crimes have. Buck out of here with that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You know what I mean? Gotta put both of them in hell, okay? Don't think just because, you should be able to commit assaults and crimes and stuff like that on people because you got a vagina and some breasts. Nah, man, you can catch it too. If God can put you in hell, then you ain't no different from a man. You know what I'm saying? You can catch it too, man. Look, you play the game, you pay the price. You play the game, you pay the price. How you gonna play a contact sport but then get mad about contact? You follow what I'm saying? You practice crime, you should get it. The hammer should drop on you and shatter you to pieces. See, that's why I love God. You understand what I'm saying? Because he don't let people slide. He's like, I'm going to repay you to your face. You follow me? He get you now, and then he get you later. He even let your foolishness pass down and affect your offspring. Okay? If you love practicing crime, may your offspring pay the price too for that. Okay? Oh, my bad. They will. They will pay the price for it. You think they won't, but they will. Some of y'all like, nah, but I'm looking right at my offspring. He ain't paid the price. Oh, he's paying. He's gonna pay. If not, think about it. Think about it like this, okay? The character, the character traits that are required for you to practice crime. There is no way that you are not passing those character traits on to your offspring, either through DNA or through indoctrination, any other sort, anything of the sort. You see what I'm saying? See, if I got offspring, my offspring are gonna know about the ways of righteousness, man. You know what I mean? Yo, this is what righteousness dictates. That you don't do that, you don't commit crime, you're not violent against people for no reason at all. You defend those that are defenseless. You follow me? All those kinds of things. Like we try to pass on our positive traits, okay? And if you live by them, it's 10 times more, because if you speak a good game and then you live according to how you speak, there's power in that. It's the power of righteousness. You understand what I'm saying? But people be like, yo, man, he back what he say. He stand on what he's saying. You follow me? And then we could speak on it with authority, okay? But when you say one thing, but then you do the other, and then you trying to teach your kids the other thing, they know there's no power in your words, because your lifestyle contradicts your words. Does that make sense? When your lifestyle contradicts your words, there's no authority in your words, is the point that I'm making. Where we at over here, man? Let me go to my shout outs real quick. I got a few shout outs. Wait, what's my time looking like? 14. All right, look, listen. Let me go to my shout outs real quick. I got some. Wait. No. Before I go to the shout outs, let me give you another thing on Whack 100. Okay, he said Gunna snitched. Then he came back and he corrected himself. He said, correction. This ain't Gunna. It's Yak Gotti. Damn, Yak, you a rat. Close quote. I mean, he said it loud. He said it loud, and he made the correction. So I can't hate the man on course correcting. He's like, you know, look, all these rappers look alike. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like Wack was looking at a Chinese police lineup. You're like, oh my God, this man Celeb is so racist. It's not racist, bro. I didn't say they were inferior. I just said they all look alike. That's it. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean you're inferior. A lot of us look alike, all right? Look at the image of all these Chinese men, though. Real talk. So hopefully Source got the picture. Look at the picture of all these Chinese men. They don't all look like siblings to you? You know what I'm saying? Were you mad at me still? Okay, let me be fair. Look at these black men. Do they look like siblings to you? You're like, no. Okay then. You know what I'm saying? Now look at the light-skinned women. You're like, wait, is that all the same person? No, all light-skinned women look alike too. That's what I'm saying. You're like, man, that's the same person. Whatever. Listen. Source, can I get the picture of my good Chinese people again? Get a different picture of the Chinese people. I think I sent you two. Hopefully you got it up. Okay. See that? You see it? You see how they look very similar? Look, they all look the same. You can see it in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? You hate me yet? All right, listen. Remember yesterday we told you about protect black women thing with the protect black women, right? With what Kendrick Lamar was saying. And when he said, don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. All right? And then we was like, yo, we think that might have been directed to Andrew Schultz, and we posted a clip of that. If you missed it, you got to check out yesterday's video, all right? Andrew Schultz has responded to Kendrick Lamar. He said, this is what he said. He said, is this guy too woke to understand a joke? Is he too woke to understand a joke? That was his response. Matter of fact, I think I had a clip. Let me see if Academics is on the clip. Take a look.
He was talking to Andrew Schultz. By the way, I hit Andrew Schultz about that. I think his reaction was, he's like, yo, is this guy too woke to understand a joke? And I said,
is this guy too woke to understand a joke? I know who he voted for. You know what I'm saying? Once you use the word woke, because we like that word, we don't really use that word. Only a certain type of person uses the word woke. You ain't woke enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been stuck on that network. Okay? You know the network I'm talking about, man. The animal network. Yeah. Is this guy too woke to understand a joke? Yeah, I think he can understand jokes, but I also think there's certain things that like a lot of people just don't want to play about. And the joke that we played in yesterday's clip, there were statements about black women. Let's just keep it a buck. That's just what it was. You see what I'm saying? And we're not talking about division, man. We just like you know what I mean? Like we talk about races, and that's fine. We can talk about races, okay? You're like, well, so that maybe you should keep your mouth off of Chinese people. Why? Because I said they look alike. I'm not. That ain't no joke. That's a joke. You think that's a joke? They don't look alike to you, man. Now, Nas, that's not a joke. I don't even know why y'all think I'm playing. I just said what I believe. In my eyes, they all look the same, man. Some people's eyes, they look different. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say they look ugly or nothing like that. I just said they all look like siblings. Okay. Look, some of my favorite people are Asian, man. Some of my favorite people are Asian, are Chinese. Okay? Gosh. I mean, come on, bro. We all bleed red. Can I say that? We all bleed red? You're like, whatever. Keep going. Look, Nas has responded to Kendrick Lamar, man. Kendrick Lamar said, won the Super Bowl, and Nas is the only one that congratulated me. You see, that stuff goes a long way. It goes a long way, man. When people admire your work or they congratulate your work, you know what I'm saying? It goes a long way. I'll never forget that Willie D came on the channel and just said, yo, man, this guy's mad funny. Yeah, that's all he said. He ain't never said anything else after that. But to me, that meant a lot, man. That meant the world to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget that General Steele comes through in the comment section all the time, bigging us up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget that. You follow me? That Cisco, you know what I mean? Comes through and shows us love every now and then, man. I won't forget that, man. You know what I mean? If I ever become big, I'm gonna put one. If I ever become president, one of them is gonna become the Attorney General. The other one is gonna become Secretary of Defense. The other one is gonna become I don't know, Secretary of Treasury. Okay, I should run for president. Real talk. I probably could have won. Anyway, Nas stated, this is what Nas said. He said, on the song that, remember I told you yesterday, I said, man, when I listened to the album, the songs that resonated to me was Man at the Garden, Man of the Garden, or something like that. And the other one was called Man at the Garden, and the other one was called Reincarnation. Okay. Consequently, one of them is sampling Tupac, and the other one sounds like it's sampling Nas's One Mic. Whatever, those are my favorite songs. Nas posted, he said, always inspired by my brother KL, keeping the essence of this ish alive and at the forefront. Salute, King. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. See, real recognize real. You know what I mean? Yeah, shout out to Nas, man. You know what I mean? You know, definitely in my top 3. I had to rearrange my top 3, man, recently. I did. Yeah, I rearranged it. So now my top 5 is rock. I said my 1 to 3, they always switch places. Although I don't think anybody really knocks Rakim off the top. But Rakim, Nas, and then who was my number 3? Did I forget? You forgot, bro. Nah, hold on now. I said Rakim, Nas. I think I put Pac. I think Tupac is my number 3 now. Yeah. And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, 50 and Buckshot, they holding down the rear, man. You know what I mean? Busta Rhymes, his spot dropped down a little bit. You know what I mean? You like, why? Oh, because he did this. Take a look. Hell nah. And just like that, he jacked himself right out of my top 5. I'm sure he's devastated. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? When I saw that, I was like, I don't know if you can stay in my top 3, bro. That was lewd. You know what I mean? That was inappropriate. Let me go to my shout outs real quick, man. Y'all wasn't disgusted by that? I was disgusted by it. I was like, come on, bro. I felt violated. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine. I would have been mad if I went to a concert and he was doing that. I'd be like, oh, come on, bro. Y'all brought my mom to this concert. What are you doing? Put that damn microphone down, bro, please. Anyway, all right. Justin Waterman said, with this protect black woman BS, y'all a bunch of racist cowards. I'm a real man. He said, a real man, okay. He said, and I have always believed and will always believe is protect all women. It's ish like this here that keeps our races divided, but then everyone still cries about poor race problems when you are the problem. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Stop playing the color game is played out. And this is DJ Cheddar's backup account, by the way, so I could double support the channel. So it's all still love, brother. No hard feelings. Okay. I heard what you said. I 100% disagree. 1,000%. Yeah, okay? I said 100. I meant 1,000. I disagree. You know what I mean? See, the angle that you just took, you know what I mean? When you said with this protect black women BS, you said, look, listen, man. And then you said, I believe it's protect all women. I'm like, this is very similar, right, to the all lives matter angle. See, the issue is that although all women should be protected, that goes without saying, right? There is an attack specifically on black women that is dismissive of the pain and the struggle that they deal with. You know what I'm saying? The pain and struggle that they deal with that white women don't have to deal with. Plain and simple. Okay? One, there are women who are in this society, and in this society, women are often treated with less value than men, and they're treated more like property that could be used and discarded. Okay? So that's one strike against them, right? But then two, they're black. All right? There's specific challenges that a black woman faces because she's standing dead in the center of the intersection of gender inequality and racial inequality. You understand what I'm saying? They got two strikes against them. They're women and then they're black. You follow me? To say protect all women or all lives matter is dismissive of the struggles that black women in particular face that a white woman may not experience. You understand, DJ Cheddar? All right? If you were a white woman saying what you said, it'd be like a ninja with a swollen ankle on crutches chastising a ninja in a wheelchair talking about, man, we all struggling. You understand what I'm saying? But you're not a white woman saying that. You're a white guy saying that. See, me saying that, me, right? If I said that to a black woman, it's me with my arm in a sling saying to a woman in a wheelchair, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? We all struggling. And she don't even have the use of her legs. You follow me? But a white guy saying that about a black woman is like a person that does not have a handicap at all talking about, man, we all got it bad. Telling that to the person in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? You see, it's not racism nor division, man. But we got to do a better job at being sensitive to the plight of others. And that's the issue that a lot of black people have with white people, just to keep it a buck. Because a lot of white folks, they just don't see it until another white person tells them. Okay, what it is just that, and you may not get it till your white friend tells you. Okay, go listen to what Billie Eilish said about all lives matter. It's the same type of sentiment. All right, it's Black Lives Matter is really Black Lives Matter as well. Okay, they matter also. That's the problem, that we didn't add the two and the also, so folks started being willfully like blind and well, all lives matter. You know what I'm saying? That's what you just did with the protect all women piece. Thank you for supporting the channel, by the way. DJ Cheddar. Okay, shout out to you for that. Autoflow said you talk too much. Well, look, you hear but you don't listen. See, I can't stand folks like that. You know what I mean? Oh, you talk too much. So what the hell you think I'm supposed to do? Supposed to sit there? How about I play a video tomorrow with absolutely no talking? You're like, oh, why don't you just talk less? Why don't you just find a channel that talks less? That makes sense. Oh, but then I use the secret word sense, right? RDS2K7, what the hell? Said, I don't know your take on Lil Baby. They said, I don't know, your take on Lil Baby is screwed. It's okay for them to be mad at Lil Baby. It's hard to get into Harvard with a perfect academic track, yet this guy comes in way past his prime. If he wasn't rich or connected, he would not have gotten into Harvard with his credentials alone. Or you think Harvard is looking for drug dealers turned rappers as the ideal Harvard candidate? Got everyone else volunteering doing internships just to make themselves look good enough to compete for a Harvard admission. If you can pay to get in, you can pay to get that degree. So did he earn it? I don't know. If Trump went to college, he'd get a degree too, and he's a certified idiot. So it's not surprising rich people get degrees. I'm just saying you're not a logical thinker, so don't go off on people who present valid arguments and pay your bills. What the F, man? Listen, man. Listen. How's my view on Lil Baby? You said it's screwed. I said congrats to the man. And was I not supposed to say that? I said, congrats to the man, but there are large numbers of people that believe that he was able to get into Harvard due to his privilege of being rich. That's what I said. Now, if that view is screwed, then I mean, you have the option to feel that way. Okay. Thank you for supporting our channel. All right. Snook said, who would be mad at a brother graduating, especially from an institution like Harvard? Congrats, little baby. A lot of people would be upset with him graduating. Real talk. I mean, come on. Tevin Ritchie said, black comedians talk about white women, yet I will feel some type of way if a white woman spoke of me as a black man. I feel they don't know me. I never dated outside my race, but what if they have? By the way, let's start a book club. Leaving comments summing up books. The Game of Life and How to Play was a great book. I need to reread it to sum it up. Currently, I'm reading The Art of War. Yes, I think The Art of War was a fantastic book. If white women spoke of me as a black man. I feel some type of way if white women spoke of me as a black man. Yeah, they do. They talk about you. They talk about. Everybody is talking about another race. Okay. It's possible that you can't, that some people don't, but a lot of people just talk because we got to acknowledge the differences that we all have, man. I mean, I don't know why this is hard to believe. We got a lot of shout outs here, man. Let me see. Honey Please said, well, you help bring me back to my Bible. I don't watch TV. I love books. I did a challenge for myself, 67 books in 6 months. My goal was 200. That's incredible. 67 books in 6 months. I think that's incredible. See, my struggle I read the Bible all the time, right? But my struggle is, and I try to read it every day, but my struggle is really reading a novel straight through, because every time I read a novel, I always think like, oh, I should be reading something informative. And I really just want to read a novel, man. So I'm going to sit down and try to read during my little Thanksgiving break. Anyway, Nadine Grant said, when he was asked to do the Super Bowl, everybody did not congratulate him. Oh, she's talking about Kendrick Lamar. They started having tantrums because they weren't chosen. I mean, I saw that. That's what well, I'm not going to say they started having tantrums, but he just said that it hurt him. He said it bothered him. And, you can't help feeling a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel the way you feel, and you can't help that. Big Losky said, what scripture tells you not to talk to psychics and things like that? Because I do that. And if it's a problem in my life, I want to know if it's in the scriptures. Tell me the scripture so I can go. And then C. Showers said, C Showers D? One? C Showers the one? Said, Deuteronomy 18:9-13. Well, what does that say? Let's read it, okay? Because if I can sneak a scripture into you, I'm going to, okay? Deuteronomy 18, what was the verses? 9-13, 9-13. Here are the verses for you. It says, when you enter the land, I guess I'll screenshot it. When you enter the land the Lord your God has given you, be very careful not to imitate the detestable customs of the nations that live there. For example, never sacrifice your son or your daughter as a burnt offering, and don't let your people practice fortune telling or use sorcery or interpret omens, that is like horoscopes, or engage in witchcraft or cast spells or function as mediums or psychics, or call forth the spirits of the dead, like ancestor worship. Okay, I was gonna say ancestry, but ancestor worship. He says, anyone who does these things is an abomination to the Lord, or is detestable to the Lord. It is because the other nations have done these detestable things that the Lord your God will drive them out ahead of you. You must be blameless before the Lord your God. So notice that he said that. He said that those are abominable practices, okay? So a lot of y'all be like, oh, homosexuality is an abomination. Yeah, well, so is fortune telling. So is following your horoscope. So is drug dealing or sorcery and witchcraft, okay? And mediums and psychics and all that fun stuff, what you believe to be fun. All right. And lastly, Tanya Pearson. I gotta read Tanya Pearson's. She said, Lil Baby didn't graduate because of privilege. Well, we didn't say he graduated because of privilege. We said he entered into Harvard because of privilege. Well, whatever. She said, Lil Baby didn't graduate because of privilege. That's real messed up to say. He graduated because he did the work. It's a blessing that he worked hard to be able to pay for it without student loans. Some people always have to say something negative instead of congratulating. Well done, Lil Baby. Okay. And somebody else said that young man said publicly a couple years ago, he said that's why he's not getting a whole bunch of tattoos all over his body, because he plans on being something else in life than just a rapper. Yeah. I hope I made it clear. I thought I said some people believe that he just got in because of privilege. Let me just be frank, okay? When I told my peoples that he graduated from Harvard, my peoples mentioned to me that, well, he got into Harvard due to privilege. And then we had that discussion. And so then I said some people believe that he got in because of privilege. You follow me? Let's get right to it. Matter of fact, let's end the video off right here, man. We're gonna end it off right here with these studio sessions, man. And finally, let's end this off with studio sessions, man. I found it to be just warmed my heart, man. And the joint says, imagine if you was a fly on the wall, and it shows you the different studio sessions. Take a look at this joint real quick.
No one on the corner has swagger like I. Too cool for school, fly boy high. I drop out like I fell from the sky. Hold up, let me wipe the cloud out my eye. I have class. He has class. He has class, first in the lunch line. My lunch ticket let me eat rappers at lunchtime. Swagger, shining brighter than sunshine. Misfit, ducking the fashion one time. No one on the corner has swagger like moi. I ain't like it anyway. No one on the corner has swagger like moi. Church, but I'm too clean for the choir. I require what I desire. I earn my stripes, I dice. Mommy scream, poppy, no mas. Run up in your house, just me, no mas. Running this bitch like I got 4 thighs. No one has swagger like these 4 guys.
The Jizzle on the motherfucking set. We got the Prince, the RZA, the old dirty bastard, kicking mad shit.
I just remember just hearing them beats for the first time.
Almost like striking back. We'll show them.
Yo, Ray, come here, man.
You ready? I can't even fucking hear it.
I got the shit jacked, G.
I can hear it, but turn it up. Shake it on the natural joint. Here we go. Shake this shit. Yo, I grew up.
I admit it. Now it's time to cook up. Nick Mayer just did this shit, bro. Bottle, fuck sippin'. Bottle, sippin'. I'm down the little bottle. Down the little bottle, fuck sippin'. I'm down the little bottle, fuck sippin'. I'm down the little. I admit it, yeah, me finished from my heart. Oh no, you didn't. Fuck sipping, I'ma down the whole bottle. Bartender, it shit wouldn't be cold, bro. Broke my heart. Oh no, you didn't. Hey, broke my heart. Hey. All girls are.
But I know they don't want me in the damn club. They even make sure I did to get up in the Sam's Club. I done did dirt and went to church to get my hands scrubbed. Swear I've been baptized these 3 or 4 times. But in the land where niggas praise you cons and getting paid, it's gonna take a lot more than coupons to get us saved. It can take a lot more than do-rags to get you weighed. Nothing sad as that day my girl father passed away. So I promised to Mr. Rainey I'm gonna marry your daughter. And you know I gotta thank you for the way that she was brought her. And I know that you was smiling when you seen the car I bought her. And you sent tears from heaven when you seen my car get balled up. But I can't complain with the action it did to my left thigh. Look what the action it did to the left thigh. First Aaliyah, now Romeo must die. I know I got angels watching me from the other side.
Stuff right there. It's like watching it's like watching an artist with the paintbrush, man, fiddling with the paintbrush. You know what I'm saying? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, man. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news.